a good point. But that is where I wanted to tell you that the reason varna, you know what I mean? So the basic unit is varna.
Sound unit? Basic
Varna,
sound.
varna,
Yeah.
varna as we have defined. Varna. You know what I mean? And then, so the question is, we have our varnas intact, so that we can really express them properly. Now the children that you saw were singing this morning.
In British accent.
No, I don't think the British accent.
Only the last one I felt that, like they said Shanti, they said Shanti.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I
Right,
felt.
but I think they did
Otherwise,
pretty, except that they may not really, they were taught, so they're not reciting, so they were following. But which is okay though, in the sense that they have cleared their throat, and also like the symmetry of, so that each varna is not really jumping around. I'm saying, because that bothers me in all recitations around. That is, so that's because this practice of not jumping around is not there in other languages. English, Arabic, Persian. Understand? And that goes back to what I said you before, in the sense that in other languages, as though you are conversing, but here you are speaking. So speaking is not really conversing. It is not what you like I should say. It is what I have in my heart I say. So which means there's certain truth involved. Because when you start conversing, then context comes in. Because there's another object. Do you understand? King, person, father, mother, God, doesn't matter, deity, Sai Baba, another object. So you're conversing. Talking to him, talking to her, like that. So then the question is, so you kind of say, oh, hold me, please, God is the king, something like that you say. But here what they are saying is, you are not conversing with anyone. When we read today, you are not conversing, you are simply stating. So which is your adhyatma, your inner soul, understands it. And then you are expressing it. So that's the difference. That's the difference. And because of that, okay, let us see. I'll kind of go on copy, let's see as we go. Okay.
Trayambakam
Yajamahe
Yajamahe
Sugandhim
Sugandhim
पुष्टिवर्धनम त्र्यंबकम यजामहे सुगंधिम पुष्टिवर्धनम उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनामृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतान् त्र्यंबकम यजामहे सुगंधिम पुष्टिवर्धनम उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनामृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात् याते रुद्र शिवां तनुर्घोरा पापकाशिनी याते रुद्र शिवां तनुर्घोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तन्वां संतमया गिरिशन्तां अविचाकशीः तया नस्तन्वा संतमया गिरिशन्त अविचाकशीः नमो भवष्यहत्यै नमो भवष्यहत्यै जगतां पतये नमः नमो भवष्यहत्यै जगतां पतये नमः नमो भवष्यहत्यै जगतां पतये नमः नमो भुवन्तये पारिवस्कृताौषधीनां पतये नमः नमो भुवन्तये पारिवस्कृतायौषधीनां पतये नमः नमो भुवन्तये पारिवस्कृतायौषधीनां पतये नमः नमो भुवन्तये पारिवस्कृतायौषधीनां पतये नमः त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनामृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् याते रुद्र शिवा तनुरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तन्वा संतमया गिरिशन्त विचाकशीः Namo Bhavashya Hetti
Namo Bhavasya Hirdei
Jagatam Pataye Namaha
Jagatam Pataye Namaha
Namo Bhavantaye
Namo Bhavantaye
Paripashkata Ushadinam
Vajrasalam Pataye Namaha.
Om Shanti
Om Shanti
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 Shanti.
Alright, very good. So read them early. Alright? See, it will take time though. It will take time. But you have to have a lot of concentration, a lot of willpower. Willpower. You mean? Willpower. Till each letter talks to you. They will talk to you. So you don't need the meaning. The meaning will come. Meaning will show up. Do you understand? It will happen. It will happen. But you have to really have the desire to make it happen. It's not a training. It's not somebody, you learn. I'm saying, the rest part of the reading, we are learning. But this understanding of it, whether we get something out of it or not, is a pure function of how much respect we have for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And which is not easy. Which is not easy because why should you respect? We don't need it for every day. But the point, however, is that once you get it, something, it's sweeter than anything else. You see what I'm saying? But then you see, the question is, you can't really say how sweet it is, what it is, and so on. There is no quantity to it. So the only thing is, but once you, I think it will take time, but be diligent. Early morning, and read. The other part is when you are reading, you know what I'm saying? See that you don't exist. That's the important part. You see? You see what I'm saying?
Say it again.
You don't exist. You are out of your body. Which will happen, but you have to make it happen. Which you experience it. When you have a extreme concentration, when you have a severe determination, when you have a life-threatening disease, I'm saying, you kind of say, hey, look, right? You kind of whole thing is, you're putting your all energy. You know what I mean? So in this thing, what happens is, you are putting it in peacetime, not in crisis mode. You know, in peacetime, because, and then I think, all right. But go and practice. I think if you really, because if you practice, then you will see many other good things. See, sound is called japa. You follow? Japa. Japa is not really recitation. Japa is, through that process, you proceed inward. You follow? You proceed inward. Then you can say, why shall I go inward? Right? What is this? You don't need to go inward. But however, what happens is, you just have an experience so that when you need, then you can go inward easily. That's my thinking. When I need in the sense, you want to really pray for someone hard. Or pray for yourself hard. Go inward. That's why I want to heal him. You know what I'm saying? So you are going inward. Because it's not function of medicine or external things, money, wealth. You know what I mean? I just want to, this fellow is having this thing. I want to heal him. Right? So that's the inward thinking. And that inward process, right? And then when you say that, your blessings become mantra. When you touch your hand over him, you know what I'm saying? Because you have gone inward. When you have gone inward, it is not your hand anymore. So until so far, it was your hand. But now this hand is something else. It's a healing hand. Because you have gone inward. Is what I'm saying? And I think like that. Again, the question is who cares? Why should you have it? And but what we're doing is that somehow some people discovered this. Right? And we are trying to appreciate that discovery. Which is, see, nobody in the world did the Adhyatma discovery. Adhyatma discovery, then there is something called inward. Actually, I told you before, there's a gentleman called Plato in Greek. So he had some idea about this. That what idea about it is this, that the world is not positive. So sickness can go. That's the idea. Anything bad thing happening is not a part of the world because world is not bad. Hence, the bad things can be overcome. You know what I'm saying? Good things will prevail. The sun will come. Plato had a teacher, Socrates, who kind of preached this. But then what happened was, what that kind of says is, that something called a larger will than human will, which is in play. Right? And then we are kind of seeking that larger will to say that, look, try to be not kind, try to please heal. But what the logic here is, the healing power is not somewhere there. The healing power is inside of you. That's the logic. Mantra is not really, you throw something on another object. What this thing they do, that's not this. It is like you can have this spiritual energy inside of you that you can pass on. You will feel you are not passing on anything. You are it. However, what I'm saying that you have to experience it even momentarily. I don't think we can, if we keep it for a long time, then we become mad. We can't operate with our outer body. Okay? But, all right. Then our essay, I saw that. I think it looked like we have 3 groups of people here. And I don't know how it has come. Yeah. I think some group looks like they're reading the notes. And 2 of them, they are probably reading the notes, but such kind of a task is for them. For example, like Bani and you. For example, when I say 500 to 700 words, right? So there's a meaning to it. I'm saying it's not that I throw something out and so on. Okay? So that's not that's not something you should do. Alright? So I will kind of give you back yours. So you may rewrite that. You follow what I'm saying? I don't know why you became casual in the sense Ravi Teja here. I think you have proceeded, but somehow you gotten tired. You know what I mean? I think inside somewhere there. Then you go on to saying some kind of a thing, pranayama, vegetarianism, and something like that. So there's other thing to Sanskrit sounds.
Essentials of Sanskrit sound means
Right.
like to kind of utter the sounds in the right way.
I think we have done enough in the class. See, only when we consume whatever we have known, and then we bring extract parts. You know what I'm saying? Not at the cost of our knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And so that's not really. And again, those things, right or wrong, I won't comment because I can't really discuss them when I'm ready for it. And hence, I just say that, look, just rewrite. Read the notes, rewrite, understand it. And again, I think it's optional. And same thing for Bani. You have also just this whole divine language spoken in India, believed to originated meditation, Sanskrit refined. So those are not what I like. Those are like a general paper statements. We want technical paper. And that we were writing, and my point, every week I write. So that's an example of it. You follow what I'm saying? If you take any of my essays and see that what the flow is, right? Are you reading or not? No, you are not reading. It doesn't show that. You came late, I understand, but this is disappointing. See, Sanskrit has its script called Devanagari. It is considered the original source of knowledge of Indian science and philosophy of ancient India, had a very advanced culture, intellectual spirituality. That's what I'm doing in class. You see what I'm saying? These are all general hand-waving statements. Are you following? You see what I'm saying? No, honest, very serious, because I don't want anyone here, the hand-waving outside. You know what I'm saying? Or I did not teach hand-waving. Do you want the hand-waving? That India is great and so on, Sanskrit is great. And if you have still those language after, another month or so, you better kind of think yourself. You must be technical. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I don't think you have gotten. Sanskrit needs much discipline when each syllable can be produced, each specific manner, generated from abdomen. But anyway, so read the notes. Have you read the notes? So where are these coming from?
I thought in general.
Why? Why? General for what? What purpose? What purpose? We're doing an advanced class in Sanskrit. So what purpose having some general, and you are wasting your time here. That's not really. Try to read it very well if you can. I think if you have not the ability of read or you don't really digest it, ask questions. But don't be, what do you call it? Superficial, sloppy also, you have become sloppy. You also gone that way. I think you have nothing to do with the notes. Nothing. Nothing. Notes is one way, you go your way. Why? You are saying Sanskrit is an exquisite language once in India. The word Sanskrit means refined culture. First Sanskrit work, something dated this thing. Then science, yoga, meditation, astronomy, astrology. Sanskrit condition, noted language of the world. So this is nothing to do with the essential Sanskrit sounds. The title is Essentials of Sanskrit Sounds. You see? Because of the written alphabet, it referred to as Devanagari, literally meaning belonging to cities of gods, sounds are considered heavenly. Where do you get that? I didn't say it. The Nada Brahma, the Sanskrit mantras that were composed has been put. But anyway, so my point is, you are writing something which has nothing to do with. It's a very again. So you I think I consider as an auditor. So you may or may not repeat, but not the. This is not. And I have also difficulty with the Arun's. Who is the tiger? Who is the person who was trying to?
I think it was about Baiju Bavra.
Huh?
Baiju Bavra.
Right. And why the tiger sound has to be a Sanskrit sound?
We're talking about the human voice, that human, and in general, the ability of the human voice to kind of copy or any kind of sound. And then from there I go to the Sanskrit as a subset of that ability of person to create.
And what about my notes? So then you are saying Sanskrit sound developed based on musical notes. This allowed for the accommodation of breathing. What is this? Syllables can be uttered in a way allowed to breathing at appropriate moment. And then you suddenly go into these muscle vibrations. What are those? Army marching and muscle.
So what I mean there is that
Now where you get this? Is it your own thought or you copied somewhere or?
it's a vibration, sense of vibration.
I know, but sound is a different vibration. It's not a muscle vibration.
No, so I'm saying that the sound of Sanskrit sound, I'm assuming that it was designed to create some particular kind
Why
of.
you are assuming when we are
That
saying?
it was designed to create some vibration, some kind of vibration.
No, nobody said that. It's nowhere it is proven, and it's a statement that you're making.
When we say Om, we create a kind of vibration.
Fine, but where? Not outside.
In our side.
Inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Not vibration. Sound vibration is different than pure vibration. What you are doing is muscle vibration.
so what
is
meant
that when
by-
you are, it's an instability. You know instability?
Yeah.
Instability. That your body posture, as a matter of fact, when you are doing your reading or your recitation, if your body moves, do you understand? Is there a physical movement of the body? You are deforming the sound.
That's exactly what I'm trying to get at in that paragraph. And that is, when we say ring, that vibration of ring is probably resonates with some system of our body, some part of our body. And
But that's
that sound,
music though, that's not Sanskrit.
that sound is
Somehow you are going into the music part of it, which is raga, which is different than varna. What I asked you to write essential of Sanskrit sounds. I can, they say that you play Mozart, the child cry can stop and so on. Again, you don't have to really, justify anything, but I'm saying that you follow the notes and try to be focused so that then you learn something. Otherwise, you make your own hypothesis of things. You can research. If you have interest in this musical notes and Sanskrit chandas and so on, you can research onto it. When I was telling them before that that part in the sense, how does the speech different from syllable pronunciation? Not enough research has been done, or I do not know much of the linguistic research on that. It's a physiology research, you know what I mean? And you can research onto that. But to make a sloppy statement saying that Sanskrit recitation will do something externally, because I have been stating constantly, it is your expression. You are not influencing anyone. You are understanding it. Rain, you are understanding. You are not feeling rain. There is no physical connection, intellectual connection. You know what I'm saying? That is, can I really represent rain in my words, my voice? So that somebody he has not seen rain before, I say it. Then he has a feeling, this is how rain can be. It's not the gestures. What you are saying is that, I will do some muscle movement. That's not Sanskrit. You follow that? And be very careful about it. I mean, if you want to be, again, it's optional. But I somehow thought that you three senior people will do some more work and so on. But you have been so sloppy. I don't think you're reading the notes. But that's okay, it's your choice. I can only do so much. You know what I mean? But you get this point though? See, now two things are there. Our vibration, even though sound is a vibration, this vibration happens in the vocal cord, which is different than the muscle vibration. This vibration has a much higher frequency than the muscular vibration.
What I was saying is that not vibration coming from muscles, other muscles, but I was saying that we direct our sound, through Sanskrit sound, we direct the vibration to some part of the body.
I know there's no vibration, that's what I'm saying. There's no vibration, it's sound. It's a sound, I'm not really, by my sound, I can't vibrate anything. I can only understand. It's a much higher frequency. For vibrating things, you need a low frequency. Inaudible. So these are high frequency. So the question then is that I am trying to, but anyway, so I think read the notes though. What I felt was that I don't think either the notes are the notes okay or not okay?
They're great.
They're great.
Yeah.
Are reading all right?
Absolutely.
So why didn't you don't read the notes at all? And you rejected them and then you go on your own. Some rain, vibration, I feel the vibration, and I call that Sanskrit. So I think that's not really... Okay, all right. So best I found was Kabish, very good. You've done a good job. Good job. I think you have done a real good job. That shows you have interest and you are getting into it.
Can you read it, Missionary?
I will post it. You can post it. You can post. You can give it to the electronic. Then we can post it. The next one I like is JJ. which is also good. I think could have a little more technical, but that's okay. Any writing you do in the future, you know what I mean? Don't write something that you don't fully understand. You understand? Conjectures and so on, they're not writing. Or he said, she said. That's what I think. Because every writing has a value for someone. Because writing for somebody. So if there is no value in it, right, then it becomes political. You're confusing people. So the point is, in that situation, write less. But try to see, be a good student. That is, we write only when we say, all right, we understand each sentence, and then that sentence. So anything superfluous in the sense that the sky is blue and the clouds look great is not writing. Why? What are you talking about? Anybody can see. Know what I'm saying? So what is the value there? If you value there, you are saying a white cloud in a blue sky matches the green tree. Then you are adding some statement. Know what I'm saying? So it's kind of I was just testing whether people are kind of reading the notes here. And third is Poonam. Poonam is also, you have done a good job, except I want like this Roman alphabets. We have to see how you can really, that also our friend Sabyasachi Chatterjee has done. He has gone totally tangent. Some of the other three elders have gone tangent. They have nothing to do with the, what he has done is, he wants to show, he is not here, but I should not talk about him. He says, like for example, oo, short, close, back, rounded vowel, oo in suit. Know what I'm saying? Suit. So oo, so the question is, that's not what we did. It is not, you are not imitating. You are making your own sound oo, that's how it is. If you say that oo, you do your lips together and so on, tongue, make a sound, that's your oo. You know, it is not, it must sound like some suit. There is no model there. Are you following this very carefully? Are you following this very carefully? Sanskrit believes in that we are capable of expressing. So it is not that we are following, we are imitating another sound. And hence, what Panini has done, he has given you the techniques of doing this. And that we are doing ourselves now and so on. And see what sounds may come. Whatever the sound comes, that's your ga, that's your pa, that's your oo. There is no oo of Mishraji oo or your oo or the his oo. It's a biological oo. Do the following. Know what I'm saying? A sound comes out, that's your oo. So all this, the missionaries did. Missionaries did in the sense that how do you really, or Sonia Gandhi does. Hindi, she reads an English script sometimes. It's like that. How do you make a pronunciation so that people do not know that you're reading a Roman script? You see what I'm saying? So he went astray on that. But I will tell him next time, he's not here. And then fourth, Poonam, and then Sanjeev, Sanjeev Poonam, I think Sanjeev has gone, you've gone a little different because you make 54 phonemes, you said, and out of that 33 consonants, 13 vowels, remaining fall in semi-vowel category. You throw in that phrase there. Semi-vowels are part of 33. There are 4 semi-vowels. Yara, lava, they're of 33. So this part, when you are going from vowels to higher, actually 65 I said. So that if you do, then it needs research. Right? But that's okay, in the sense that but don't use that. You follow what I'm saying? Because gradually we have to be a little more precise if we really want to do good work. Precision is, okay, then Hemant is not here. He's fellow, I think he said that he had been in ICU. And then he has been, so I don't know what kind of sickness he got.
He got some infection, I think.
Chest infection?
Yeah, and then they gave him some antibiotic 2 weeks back.
Yeah, I think somehow some of our infections are not really fully understood. So we have to be very careful about antibiotics. All right, chalo, very good. So let us see. Let us now do our who reads. Will you try them out? Try them out 2 times. So let us see how improvement has happened. So read one stanza, one stanza like that.
Om Sukalam Baradharam Vishnu Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigno Pashantai.
So why don't you make it a little more all right. Okay. I see. So what you now, I think once you have gotten your awareness, so then try to see whether you can do Suklam, Baradharam together with the same tempo, without changing the tempo. Because last time what I'm doing is tempo changes, no good. So you keep on trying on that. You're yes, yeah.
Yasya dviradavaktradyah parishadhyah parashyatam vignam nignanti satatam vishwakasenam tamashraye.
Better. And make your again this thing straight. So then your sound will be better. And one more time.
Yasya dviradavaktradyah
Good.
parishadhyah parashyatam vignam nignanti satatam vishwakasenam tamashraye. Vishwaksenam tamashraye.
All right. So who goes next? You want to go next?
व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिम्.
A little more, this, what we call symmetry, in the sense that you get that is each, say for example, Vyasa, right? So Vasha has a and sa has a a. Right? So in principle we have as and as. So if we metrically if we sing, bya is only dvimatra. That means vya. Right? But what you notice is that because that had compound letters, ba and ya, it takes a little extra. You struggle a little more. But that you have to overcome gradually. You have to overcome gradually. That I'm not, I'm trying to see that they are superposing so that they become like a via becomes another letter. You follow what I'm saying? We said akshara before. We said akshara before. So now it becomes a juktakshara. A compound letter. You know what I'm saying? You follow that? So just like your ra, va, ka, pa, the letters, right? So now we have created another letter. Not a part of the alphabet. Do you understand that? So if it is becomes a different sound or something, then it becomes alphabet. It's not a part of the alphabet. It is another letter, only it's compounded. So from the time composition, the shora still controls it. Shora is what? The a or a at the end. So va and ya we are saying in such a fashion, back to back, so that they are together, because they have no time, because they will have time only when va comes out. Va can't come out. Do you understand that? Va cannot come out, hence there is no release. So va, ya coming out together. You follow? And then controlled by that a. Follow that? So hence vyasha. Ya, bya, 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 bya. Which is same as pa. Which is same as va. From the time point of view. From the time point of view. When you do music and so on, there will be slight difference. We'll come to that if we go that far. Right? But from the recitation point of view, yeah.
But the Y get cut short also.
Who?
Y, the ya. So in Vya, if you keep the sounds, if you keep the duration the same, there is a V which takes away. There is a Va which takes away from the ya.
Which is the first one.
Right. So the ya should sound fully.
Right. I think vya is not a good example because they're both vowels, both semi-vowels.
Oh.
So they're not a great example of it. See, example only comes when you have a regular consonant joined with another consonant, another semi-vowel or another, things like that.
Gya.
Yeah, so here, because the va by definition is not a stop consonant. You know stop consonant? So you're not stopping so it's a tendency to, so va proper pronunciation want to come out, and ya also come out. So I'm saying semi-vowel. Do you follow semi-vowel? You follow semi-vowel is, you said semi-vowel, rest of semi-vowels. Semi-vowels are those letters which are not stop or which are not vowels. So which means they're produced somewhere here, like consonants, except that they release themselves without being stopped. the ka, kha, ga are stopped here. And that's how you see that perceptual difference of why it will also happen with the ra, those four semi-vowels. But they are they are used very prominently. They are the ones, I might have mentioned, they are the ones that connects the consonants to the ground. So the word structure. Okay, all right. Chalo. So you want to repeat another time?
Yeah.
Vyasham.
व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं.
No, just like say Vyasha, the way you do va, similarly you do the va and the Vahishta. Vyasham, Vahishtam Napta, Vahishta Naptaram, va. Just like the Vyasha you did va. You know what I mean? So make that va.
व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं.
Don't speed up. Saktehe Pautramakalmasham.
व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं.
Right. Okay. Then Arun.
व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे
Alright. Much better. Yeah?
नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः.
Very good. Very good. Very good. I'm glad that you're working on it. Another time?
One more time.
Another time? Just read another time.
Yeah. व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः.
Alright. Alright. You see that sense of uniformity? See what happens is, these are poetry. Poetry means the poetry has a bhava. It's not a story. You know what I'm saying? So once you do that recitation, the bhava will come. Which is the part of, that is what you kind of immerse yourself. Your bhava. You know what I mean? And then, so bhava is not by knowing the meaning of it, but just like you were saying before, that is raga. You have created an environment now. You know what I'm saying? In temple environment, home environment, fine environment. So that's because there's a certain amount of harmony. So once we have the varnas intact, and then when we recite them together with the proper sound, then harmony is a part of it. So that's what the poets have done. Means even though these letters are here, so they have said it, they could transpose many ways. Right? But they did not, they do it this way so that bhava to come. Alright. Chalo, again. 5.
Avikaraya Shuddhaya Nityaya Paramatmane Shuddhauka Rupa Rupaya Vishnave
Sadaika.
Sarva Vishnave.
Sadaika Rupa.
Yeah.
Okay. Avikaraya Shuddhaya Nityaya Paramatmane Suddhauka
Sadaika.
Sadaika Rupa Rupaya Vishnave Sarva Jishnave.
Right, you are reading it though. You are trying to recognize and reading it. You are not reading the letters. I think I don't think you tried at home. You read as though you are reading. When you are reading one letter, you are not looking at the next letter. Notes will not help. I think you have to practice will help. You know what I mean? Because so practice. You can and then you see, do you follow the difference between reading and reading by letters? Reading in the sense, can I recognize, like children read. And that's an umbrella. That's a house. I mean, what is this? That's a boat. That's reading. Reading is recognition. Do you follow that? But I can't go on saying this 50 times. I've said that so many times. I mean, so read by varna, each letter. Avikaraya Suddhaya Nityaya Paramatmane.
And that is slowing me.
Doesn't matter. That's your tempo. Not slowing, you don't understand anything anyway. So what is slow? Find a tempo so that each letter has equal energy. So that you are not pausing. If you want to learn what suits you and so on, that's up to you. All I can do is I said, look, this is what works. You know what I mean? And this is what Sanskrit is. Right? So read from left to right and see that, and then you once you are comfortable with it, then your breath is controlled. You follow breath? Yeah. Breath is controlled. Then you say, all right, then I can go bigger. It's not an understanding, it's practicing. So nodding head would not help me. I don't know, nothing will help me. But the question is, if you practice, I can know your sound, then I say you're doing at home. Otherwise, no, you're not doing at home. So it means it's like a TV show. जैसा जी बोलता है, चलो बोलने तो क्या फर्क होता है? We go back on our own. You know what I mean? That's like you're wasting your time. Okay, all right. So try to work. Get up in the morning or whatever good time you have, and close the room, whichever room you have, and then sit down and try to Avikaraya Suddhaya Nityaya Paramatmane Sadeka Rupa Rupaya Vishnave Sarva Vishnave, and then become louder. Then you can become faster if you like. But don't, until you see that you are having each letter equal importance. You know what I mean? Don't waste time. I would say don't waste time, you can discipline yourself. Because this is what I think discipline is very important. Discipline yourself. That I have a desire to learn. Desire to dive into the Sanskrit literature. Right? So that desire is necessary. Alright, chalo.
यस्य स्मरण मात्रेण जन्म संसार बंधनात् विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभ विष्णवे.
Much better than last.
ओम नमो विष्णवे प्रभ विष्णवे.
Read one more time.
यस्य स्मरण मात्रेण जन्म संसार बंधनात्.
Alright.
विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभु विष्णवे
All right.
ॐ नमो विष्णवे प्रभु विष्णवे
All right. Not bad. Not bad. Actually, it's improvement. Keep on doing. Whatever you are doing, keep on doing. And then you?
Yeah.
Oh, you, yeah. What you want to do? You want to do the next one? Vishnu Divya Sahasranama?
Yes.
Okay.
Asya Shri Vishnur Divya Sahasra Nam Stotra Mahamantrasya Shri Vedvyaso Bhagavan Rishi
Yeah, no Vedvyas. Veda Vyasa. That's
Vedvyaso
Vedvyasa.
वेदव्यासो
Vedvyasa.
Vedvyaso
Right.
Vedvyaso
I don't know why they say that. Oh, sorry. They just, it's not really Hindi, I think came from English and Urdu, Persian. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it is because Pali doesn't have it, Prakrit doesn't have it. You know, this kind of a chopping of the vowel at the end, it is only English does and Persians do. So somehow through that it has infected. Okay, all right. But much better though. I like what you're doing. Keep on doing. Read it one more time.
Asya Shri Vishnur Divya Sahasra Nam Stotra Mahamantrasya Shri Vedvyaso Vedavyaso Bhagavan Rishi
Very good. Very good.
Anushtuk Chanda.
Very good. I think that's okay. That's okay. As long as, for example, what he did was, he did not really read that full line together. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay in the sense, but however, we did not break our varna. That's more fundamental. I'm saying matra, maham, so Vishnu Divya Sahasranama Stotra Mahamantrasya. So if we break that matra somewhere, so that it's, time-wise, then we are affecting ourselves. Not affecting, we are not reciting right, so we are wasting time. That's my thinking. People do, but I don't think they get anything out of it. You know what I'm saying? So if you do this Sahasranama and then you do not get fully relaxed out of it, that's another thing I must say. That is, any recitation you do, because breathing will become even, so you feel more energetic than metabolic. That's a good test. That is, do I feel tired or do I feel going for more? I'm saying, and that you experiment, and then you say go for more, and then you go on reading. Then you go on reading because it will drive you. Okay, chalo. Again.
Sri Mahavishnu Paramatma Sriman Narayano Devata Amruta Shuddhavo Amrutam Shuddhavo Bhanuriti Bijam Devaki Nandana Srashteti Shakti Udbhava Shobhano Dev Iti Paramo Mantraha
Deva, not Dev.
Dev
Deva.
Deva
Yeah.
Deva
You said Dev.
Deva
Uddhava Khyamana Deva iti paramo mantra. And then, that's okay. So much good. So much good. So much good. And then we have to do this. Anybody tried the Dhyana Sloka at all?
Yeah.
You tried? Alright. That means you people are kind of serious. But I looked at a lot of progress from last time. Keep on doing it. keep on doing it. If we can accomplish this, I'm saying if we can accomplish the Varna, then I think we have because what we next to do is something called compounding, where these big words are coming, and that we can only, or we can understand more if we have our Varnas intact. Right? Sorry.
Even this one, like, Shri Vishnu and this Dil.
But that we are not done yet. Now you kind of reading as like those children are doing in the video. They didn't understand. They didn't understand what's going on, right? They were just following. They were just trying to get the sounds right.
They got the lay right though. The way they were singing, they had this.
But that's because they're probably kids, and we do not.
There was a person who was guiding them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like this. You say like this. What do you call it? I don't know.
Conductor.
Conductor. Yeah.
Conductor.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was.
They do, in the Western audiences, they do that. Okay, all right. So let us see whether we can really, this may be hard, right? But because they have like a longer, so I don't think I will expect everyone to think about this. But if you have tried, I'd like to hear. Yeah. Hero, yeah.
Kshirodantavats Pradeshe Suchimani Vilas Sattuvek Sakti Mortikhanam Mala Lutuktasnastha Ispatikam Mani Nibhai Mort. I got lost.
That's okay. I think you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Keep on doing whatever you're doing. And then you did Kirovat? Kirotan.
In the starting it's called
Yeah.
Shirodanva Pradeshe Shuchimani Vilasat Saikater Mauptikanam Mala Klapta Sanastam Spatikamani
Sanastaha.
Sanastah Spatikamani Nibhair Mauptikair Manigatha Mandita.
Very good. Very good. You want to try that line?
Mine?
Yeah.
This is the next one, right?
Same line.
Same line. Mala
No, same line. Kirodat.
Kshiro Danvat Pradeshe Shuchi Mani Vilasat Saikater Mauptikanam Mala Klupta Sarastha Spatika Mani Nibhai Mauptikai Manditangaha Shubhrai
No,
Abhrai.
wait. You're following the same track again. That's okay. So try it. Try it so that you have a. What was your last fault? I said. Whatever.
Symmetry.
Symmetry. Yeah. See, I don't think I repeat it again. In the sense that it is not that I must say evenly. The idea is I'm reading it because there's a listener. The listener can be God, listener can be your mother, listener can be yourself, but there's a listener. So which means I'm making it useful to the listener. I'm not showing my skills. I'm kind of trying to it's a big thing because the entire epic poetry, Mahabharata, Ramayana, on which India is built, got through this. Shruti. I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So that we have to master, that what is the technique. And then also what happened by virtue of that, many of these materials, no, not this material, but other materials, were kind of understood by memory. That also, once it becomes that symmetric and rhythmic and harmonious, it becomes memory. If you have stoccatos, okay, all right. Why don't you read the next line?
Next line.
Have you tried?
Yeah,
At home?
okay. So,
So you are much improved. From last time you are much improved. Yeah?
so braid the braid parivir chittaid mukt piyush varshay anandi nah punyad rinalin gada sankpanir mukunda.
All right. I'm proud of you. Good. Read one more time.
So braid the braid rupa parichit chittaid mukt piyush varsay anandi nah punyad rinalin gada sankpanir mukunda.
All right. So I think much better. Only thing you have to, I think if you do is the matras, like a punya, the long E, right? So that you can work on it. But I think your recitation is good. But matra, what happens is matras are a little hard. Because some people say matra is artificial, but we kind of we think they exist. So punya, darinan, gada, so like that. Whenever the those things come, the matras come, then you say, all right, I can respect them. Respect them is which is a little different because what happens is now once you have the rhythm of single letters, then you go like that. Then what is this? Because you are becoming suddenly logger. You see what I'm saying? Because you have made yourself that I make one box, and then I'm saying no, it's a little logger here. It's one letter, but logger time. So that doesn't immediately register. Alright? So that will come through visualization. But good. You're making much better. Okay? You want to try, Vani?
Yeah. I will go a little bit. I practice a little bit short.
Okay, all right.
Who padavyasya
Padu.
padu. Who paduyasya nabira viyadasura.
You have the right text or different text? Yeah. So what are you reading? Reading from the left?
I wrote in Telugu to
Oh. Why?
so that I can make a mistake.
No, but who determines that you copied right? How do you know that?
I wrote it like I read in the Telugu version. I wrote it like the meanings.
No, I don't think that's kind of. Then who's. Agreed, but then the question is, how do you handle such a thing? Somebody writes Gujarati, somebody writes Marathi, somebody, they say their own way. I don't think I can handle that. Means you must write everything in Telugu. See, Telugu has a different sound structure. Sanskrit has different sound structure. You follow what I'm saying? So you have to kind of go away from the other sound structures to come to the disciplined sound structure. See, people read Telugu script, they read, but they read bogus. They think they're reading right, because nobody corrects them. As a matter of fact, I went to Sanskrit because of the Sri Lakshmi temple. I was at, 92 or 3. And then there's a Sri Lakshmi, they have a tendency to recite. And then what they do is they have a Sahasranama, this Sahasranama in Tamil script. And then they just start, and then whole goal is somehow it goes, like your rain, what is rain? Thunder. So it kind of, they're souring. Now this God fellow, he's waiting there, he must be singing, somebody telling my name. So here catches what did pass by. Because you are calling his name, right? So he has to look. Oh, did he say, how do I help this man? And they go on doing like that. And after some time I observed, they're reading this Tamil. My own experience on this. So then I had to change them. Then what happened was, when they do the transformation from Devanagari to Tamil, they do their own words. And like that. So my point is not that the Telugu script is wrong, but the point is to have this Sanskrit sound in Telugu is not straightforward a Telugu sound in Telugu. And if you have that skill, so that you can really go across that Telugu sound. What is Telugu sound? What is sound?
Everything is similar. We don't have some.
No. You are not reading the notes. You have nothing to do with it. You are not in the class. You are not in the class. Not reading the notes. Sanskrit sound is biological, not imitation. Again, how many times I have to say this? I think we're just wasting time. All right. No, don't do that. Try to read this thing. Read slow. Doesn't matter. Will take some time. You don't have to read this. This is advanced. Read one line. One line is fine. First line is fine. But I want the sound to come out, not the skill of reading. Do you understand? Your eyes are okay. Not that I have to chastise like you do every time. I want you to discipline yourself and to say, yes, I'm in it. Because I have done this, my theory of what I am after, much clearer, I think. Am I clear? So don't go and pollute it, saying that I have this way, that way, and here's another way, here's another way. No good. So it means you are trying to create Sanskrit sounds biologically. And that nobody taught you. And Telugu sound is not that. If you are doing those in your own manner, but we're kind of going back in 6 classes, 8 classes, I can't do that anymore. You just try to catch up with any of the Hindi people, see that they can teach you. I'm saying, get the sounds right, get them extra coaching. I'm saying, Don't just limp around. Okay, all right. Because those justifications, we do Sanskrit this way and this way, those are not applicable to me. You can skip if you like. When I come to you, you can skip if you know this, because I can't evaluate it. See, I can only evaluate what I have taught. If you do your way, I can't evaluate it. Transposing and do something, then what I do, how do I really handle? All right, chalo. So break up, break.
Shubhrai, Rabhrai, Radabhrai, Rupari, Virachitai, Mukta Piyusha Varshah, Varshahi, Anandi, Naha, Puniyadari, Nalin Gada, Shankh Panir, Panir Mukundaha.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. You want to do Kavish?
Bhupade.
No, say, whichever you tried, whichever you were comfortable with.
None.
First one?
I have to read them again and again. So anything.
No, first one then.
Kshirodvant Pradeshe, Kshirodanvat Pradeshe, Shuchimani Vilsat Saikter Mokti Kanam, Mala Klirapt Asanastha, Sphatik Mani Nibhair Mokti Kair Manditang, Shubhrair
Manditangaha.
Manditanga.
See, for example, Bani, like when he does an error, I can see what the error is because I know some Hindi. So I know where the error is coming from. But I don't know any Telugu. So I can't even correct you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a waste of time. So I will say that, that's my fault, you can say, oh, you don't know the Telugu language, what is going on? That's not how I can handle. So you can learn from him some kind of the scripting and so on, so that you can read the script. Because we did the script sometime though, right? We did not do the script. And that we are doing also this to even get our focus right. Do you understand? And if you want to read your scriptures in your Telugu language, this class is for you. Okay, because I want you to read Vedas in Vedic language. Anyway, so it's not that whether you understand or don't understand, I think. I'm tired of saying this. Okay, chalo. So pray up, pray.
Shubhrair Bhrair Dabhrairup Rivar Shubhrair Bhrair Dabhrair Rup Rivir Chaitair Mukt Piyush Varshayah Anandi Nah Punyadarin Lingada Shankhapanir Mukundah
Punya Dari Nalina Gada.
Punyadarin Dari Nalin Gada. Punyadari Nalin Gada.
Not Nalin Gada, Nalina Gada.
Nalin Gada.
Right. Okay, fine. Fine. Keep on working. So those 4 lines are actually 8 lines. 8 lines. So what you do is, I think you have, some of you have improved on this. So keep on working. Read them so that you are not seeing more than one letter at a time. It's a skill. Your solid angle is such that you are seeing that letter. That's all. And then you are panning. Then you are panning. Left to right. You are panning. You know what I mean? So let the bhava come. You know what I mean? And through that process, you will kind of discipline your mind. Because to keep your thing on the letter, it's a skill. Because if you have really a lot of things in your mind, you can't do that. So then once you do that, and if you go on doing like that, then after second line, third line, then you see. Okay, all right. Which one you want to try?
Shubhrair Bhrair Dabhrairu Pari Virachitair Mukta Piyusha Varshehi Anandi Nah Puniyadari Nalina Gada Shankapani Mukundaha Bhupada Yasya Nabhi.
So try, I think each of you, so those eight lines, right? So try the same manner as we are doing, alright? Okay, alright. Now we have to do a little bit of karaka. We did some karaka before. Did you write that? Did you write the different things? How did it come out? Anyone else? 3 letters, 3 words you chose? Or 3 masculine, 3 neuter, and 3 lingi. So what happens? Okay, all right, let me first see this. Yeah? You wrote?
I wrote something else.
Like what? No, you wrote the declension. Declension?
Oh, I wrote
declension. Declension. Did I not make it clear? Like a page 40 and no? Did you write? No. Forgot. Forgot? You? You did. Yeah, like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Jala yoho. Not yoho. Okay, right.
I think in the feminine form.
No, jala yoho. Yoho. Jali jalam. 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 Patrani. Oh, that I should have said. All right. That's the patram. Patram, patre, patrani.
Yeah, I think I made some mistakes there. Like
No, I think that I might not have taught. I might not have said though. I don't know how the book says. But you have to read the book also. Does the book say at all? Patra, they throw in there. They don't tell that you make your name there. Patrepya, patranam. Patrani. Alright, okay, that's a good point. Good point you found. Nari, Nariyo. I think you're going too fast. You're losing your Nari, Nariyo, Nariyara. Nari, Nariyo, Nari, Nariya, Naribhyam, Narivi. Nari, Naribhyam, Nariya. Naribhyam, Naribhya. Narinam. Again the same thing. I see. Nari, Nariyo, Nariyara. Fine. Oh, you're taking double. Janaya, Janani.
Janan, I think in that only like I was like not able to get some words right.
Jananaya,
Jananai.
Janai. Yeah, the so anyway, so people do not have much. So how many people did? How many people did not do? You did? Okay. Did you have any questions like that? Like anything that you go slow, right? Slow, right? Slow, and also check out Balayam Bala, Bali Bali Bala, Balayam Bala, Balayam. Because what happens is people spend the whole year in doing this, and my goal is different. So I want your preparation. Savayam, Save Save, Save Save, Janani. So Janani went wrong. Jananiya. So Jananiya, all these are missing. Fine. So how do you do this now? We have to. Oh, I can do a drill. Through the drill, we can probably understand. Okay. Okay, all right. What you did, you will. Good. I like your handwriting. Kamala, Kamala, Kamala. Jana, Jana, Jana. Very good. Not Janasi, Janasya. Jana, okay. Jani, Jana, Yoho, Janishu. Jana. Jana, Jana. Very good. Lena. Oh, wait a minute. Neuter noun is not falaha. Phalam. Phala, what do you get? Phala you got as a neuter. So you do not phalam. Phalam, phale, phala. You follow that?
Given as phala.
Phala, phala.
Given as phala.
Right, phala. Root. Phalam, phale, phalani. You follow? Phalani. Phalena, phalabhyam, phalena. Phalaya. So the
Gender got mixed. Gender got mixed up, perhaps.
no, the point is that phala, for some reason, phala is neuter. And so neuter becomes. All right, we will. You also did. You also did.
Yeah.
Very good. So we'll check next time. Check next time. So do all people do more. Hopefully, and then we do a drill. All right. So what we're saying is we're saying that there are three genders: masculine, feminine, and neuter. And the advantage is that some of this, and then the letters or declension is controlled by the vowel, the end vowel. Whatever the end vowel is. You know what I mean? So that controls for the declension of the. Okay? You get the point now? So go back to original thinking. The consonants are permanent. Do you follow? Consonants are those bhavas in the universe. Right? They have no change. So they are protected. Vowels came at the end. So those vowels are which are helping us to connect. To, as I use the word animation. Animation in the sense that is, how does the concept work? You know? So then we say, all right. Then we say that in order that concept to work, I need a verb. Right? I need a verb. So the interaction of the verb with the noun, verb with the noun in the sense this padas, right? So that has been called karaka. Karaka comes from the kriya. Karaka in the sense the karaka. I don't think it means karaka. Karaka is what does. What does. Ka is a, ka is a suffix we use like lekaka, gayaka, bhavaka, baithaka, like that ka we use. Similarly, karaka, which is like the concept of what that verb is doing to this noun. So those are, the karakas are of 6 kinds. So which means that one is that the noun does it. So that's a nominative. Karta. Noun does it. The phalam pachati. The fruit is being cooked. Fruit is cooks. Or
Is cooking? Is it?
not
Is it?
cooking. I think say make a smaller sentence like Mayuraha Pujati. Mayuraha Pujati. The peacock is making the kujana. Kujana is the sound. Pujati. Alright? So Naraha Gachati. Right? So the human being is going. Right? So like that. So those are nominative. So we said that. We said in our this thing that Naraha, right? Kupaha. So Kupa, Kupu, Kupaha. So all of them are nominative. Then after nominative, we have something called accusative. Accusative means that something is done to the noun. Something is done to the noun. So Naraha, phalam, khadati. Phalam. So phalam. Phalam means is like accusative. Or not phala accusative by itself, it has a phalam style. So let us say pakam, which is like a cooked food, which is a masculine. Pakaha, paku, pakaha, pakam. So pakam. So Naraha pakam. I'm saying, so it's accusative. Accusative is karma karaka. First is karta karaka, karma karaka. Then we have the Karana Karaka. Karana Karaka is Karana Karaka. Can you say Karana?
Karana.
By, it's that the noun, something is done by the noun. When I'm saying noun, it's not necessarily, so these declensions are not necessarily for the nouns only. Nouns and any noun that is, any adjective that qualify the noun. Also the pronouns which substitute the noun. So they all have a declension. So now what happens is, so karana is that by means of, how the job is done. Aham or naraha jane na gacchati. Jana is, let us say, the car. So jane na gacchati. By the car, he is going by the car. Padena gacchati, going by foot. So I'm saying, hastena khadati, by eating by hand. I'm saying, like, so those kind of things when you have, so in English they call instrumental, karana is. Then we have what they call sampradana. Sampradana is a something you give. The object is being receiving something, or is given something. So given something. So which means Ganeshaya Namaha. Ganesha is the noun, right? Ganeshaya, just like we say Upaya. So similarly, Ganeshaya Namaha. I give my Namaha to Ganesha, right? Ganeshaya Namaha. Or Naraya Pustakam Dadami. Or Dhanam. Or I'm giving something away. So the question is, Sampradana is a function of I give. Give has a very big power in Sanskrit. Give in the sense, when I give, I'm not expecting back. I give. Sampradana. Dana. Dana is a very peculiar Indian concept. You people all do dana. Dana. You follow? Dana. What dana you do?
Charity.
Charity is not dana. Pinda. What does that mean?
Generally, like for those movers that go around from specific time.
Right.
Another.
Shramdam.
Right. But the point is, see, this detachment of you to it. That's how I don't like charity. There's no conditions. It's gone. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? It's gone. There's no return expected. That is sampradana. Whenever there's any kind of a thought that something may come back to me, that's not sampradana. Then I say, I am giving her karma. You become an object then. You follow? Karma is also like I'm giving to the beggar or to the person I'm giving a loan. So that's a karma. Karma, that's in karma acquisitive. Something. So that is karma. In the sense that I'm kind of giving, so that You know, karma is a word. Karma is a word that means is that it is my karma I did. And it is your karma to receive. Karma. Karma in the sense you are destined to receive, or I'm kind of, I feel like giving a gift. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give him, in a minute, I gave to him. That's all karma. I gave to my brother. Karma. When sampradana comes, the recipient is not really, you are not given. You are dana. Dana. Gone. So it's not a very easy concept.
So
Like
volunteering would be one of those kinds.
If you don't have any
Again,
intention
no
back,
intentions to receive anything.
if you don't have any this thing, if you don't really sign up some papers and so on it, like yeah. See, any time you record it, you know what I'm saying, then it is not done. And no recording of it,
Even in memory.
even in memory.
So you've given, you've forgotten, the person that's taken, they forget, no expectations.
No, that person does it, not that different thing. You as a karta, you know what I mean? So, I did the dana. It's a very peculiar Indian concept. I don't know how they developed it. You know, that's the Upanishad called Bradharmik Upanishad. It talks quite a bit about dana. And you lovely. I mean, I want you people to eventually read them though. But you have to kind of say that this whole conceptual, alright? So sampradana. You get that? You get sampradana. Now, see, earlier actually they were doing it for the gods. Because gods you do not know. Gods you will simply offer. No guarantee that they will give something back. So that's right? So then it became sacrifice. And then it became like a homa. You know what I mean? Itam idam indraya. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving them to Indra. Things like that. So the question is, however, I have my mind because I'm kind of doing the yajna because certain things in my mind. I mean, then I'm not doing Indra, I'm calling Indra. So that's not fully correct. Okay, all right. So then the fifth one is called apadana. Apadana, I don't know if they list it or not, they don't list it. Apadana. Apadana is, in English they call it ablative. Ablative is from, which is again, which is an object subject. So in this dana business, there is no object subject, the object is gone. But otherwise, there's object subject in the sense that the Bhakhyat Patram Padati. Bhakhyat Patram Padati. From the tree, the leaf is falling down. You follow Bhakhyat? Bhakhyat means from the tree. You follow? Devalayat Ravihi, that's it. From the temple, you are going out. Like so that's apadana. And then we have a sixth karaka, which is locative, which is adhikarana. Seventh. Alright, so that is those are all related with the verbs. Do you follow? I'm making a distinction between the karaka, which is the relation to the verbs, and vibhakti, which are 8, which are like the declensions. So we have 2 extra vibhaktis. You understand? So adhikarana is locative, that I'm sitting on the floor, or I am kind of I'm in my home. Those kind of a locative. Grihe vashami. Grihe vashami. So I'm at home. Grihe. locative. So those are 6 karakas. Then we have 2 extra, which we use in the language, which is the sasti vibhakti. So each of them has a vibhakti. Vibhakti in the sense, the so-called, the swara, the vowel at the end will become break or take suffixes. Vibhakti. Bhaga. So things will happen to it. Alright? So now the sixth one is called sambandha. Sambandha is, so that doesn't happen between a noun and a verb, but noun and a noun. Do you understand? Sambandha means you have 2 objects have a relationship. Because once you have the karakas, when you say karaka, something will happen. The brukhyat patram is a meaningless statement until patati. You understand? But in this sambandha, you can say that narasya pustakam, the man's book. Whose book? Narasya pustakam. You know what I'm saying? You don't need necessarily a verb to complete that sentence. The relationship is enough. You understand? Sainathasya Devalaya. Is his temple. You know what I'm saying? You don't need anything else to, whether they happen puja, not puja, this thing open or not open, doesn't matter. Relationship. So that is sambandha. So in the hierarchy, so that has been taken as the 6th vibhakti. And then we have a 8th vibhakti, which is called sambodhana. Sambodhana is like when you are calling someone, which is not necessarily a verb or a noun or something, but basically, I think probably came from the Vedas, that invocation. O Devi Mahamuddhara. Avahana. Devi Mahamuddhara. So Devi, you are calling on it. So you can check, you can